Okay, we're live.
Hi, Matcha Babes.
Hey.
Welcome to episode 1.
Oh my gosh. So, for episode 1, we're going to reflect on 2022.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God, 2022 already? Already over?
It's about to be... Can you believe it's 2023? I feel like this year went by
Can you believe we get
fast.
another year older?
It's the way I'm going to be 26, and I'm close to my 30s
Oh my
in
God.
2023.
25, living it up, day after New Year's.
Oh my God, you're literally...
Yeah, right when the New Year. Because it's always like, I'm like, oh yeah, my birthday last year. No. It was actually this year. But yeah,
Your birthday...
it's coming up.
It's insane. You're about to be 25
I'm
for
about
the
to be
whole
your
year.
age.
Yeah, you're about to be my age.
No, literally. One of my friends from elementary school, her birthday is January 1st.
Oh, wow. Is she coming to your birthday? Okay.
It's Ruth.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Ruth. I hope you're listening.
Oh my gosh, 2 birthdays.
Yeah, but we're back to back, so it's like the whole year we spend just one age.
Oh my
right?
God,
basically.
yeah, that's insane. Because I was born in June, so it's like I feel like I've spent half my life.
You know what people say that June is like the ideal birthday because you get presents on every 6 months. You get presents.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
For your birthday and then for like
the
Christmas.
holidays.
Yeah, holidays. I was just thinking that I was like, wow. June. Whoa.
I do love my birthday because, okay, when I was in school, I used to be sad because I would never get cupcakes for the class.
Stop.
But
no, I was thinking that too because mine is during the holidays still.
Yeah.
So I never got cupcakes, but
or I never got to do that for
But you had like pool parties, right?
Well, I didn't have pool parties, but like, because I was never into going to the pool. I don't know how to swim. But I loved my birthdays though. Like there was years like growing up where I did my birthday in like Texas or like New York or whatever. When my family would travel. So it's like I didn't miss out. And honestly now.
She's the travel queen.
No, that's you. That was with my parents when I was younger. But.
That's cool. I think for my birthday, it was always like here, you know. But I remember one year I did have a pool party for my birthday because it was like an indoor community pool. So like we finessed.
You finessed it. The heated pool.
No, I wish. Community pools do not have heated pools. Okay, wow. So 2023 coming up.
I know.
Before that, let's reflect on last year.
On 2022.
Yeah, 2022. Was a year for the books, I guess. I don't know if it's for the bad books or the good books.
Okay, I don't know if this is the case for you, but I feel like the first half of the year, I had a totally different experience than the second half.
For
like,
real.
January through June, I think I was, like, happy for the most part, living my best life.
I feel like...
But...
No, like, I totally agree. But I think for me, instead of, like, half and half, it was really just broken up into the seasons. Every season was like a different year. Like I feel like I had 4 years in one.
Okay, I kind of see that, and I could do that, but I feel like generally for me, I think like January through June, I was happy.
So we can just both agree.
And then depressing
multiple years in this one year.
No, but it was okay for overall.
I think it was definitely better than 2020.
Yeah.
But 2022, it was learn some things.
I did too. Let's talk about friendships. What did you feel?
I just feel like for friendships, you know, definitely I feel like this year was a year of learning, right? So I learned from like not always having to, you know, keep putting yourself through like the pressure or the stress specifically for like friendships, right? Not even talking about relationships, but just friends. Especially ones that, like, you used to be so close with. I feel like this year definitely drifted apart from them. And I've, like, learned to kind of be who I am without that friend. And I think it's harder for me with friendships than relationships because it's, like, for friendships, I put, like, my all into them.
Same.
Because they're just, like... It's just like the platonic love. And I feel like it's...
Literally.
So much stronger than a romantic one because... You just trust them at a whole different level.
Yeah, and I feel like for me, I've always had the mindset, a guy can leave any minute, but friends are forever.
For real,
but like, so that's like not the case
either.
either.
Comes up and it's like, dang, forever was only a few years.
Literally.
Yeah, so like, definitely had friends that like, and I feel like too, when you have those friends that you guys connect so fast and so well, and it's like, this is my platonic soulmate, or like, this is my, literally, like people say the flame twin.
Twin flame, yeah.
Yeah, twin flame. But it's like when you feel like you found someone, like, it's not even exactly like that, but like that to a certain extent, and then you just kind of realize, like, wait, do I really know this person? Like,
but I feel like friendships, like, people are only meant to be in your life at a certain period of time, and I think sometimes they're only meant to be there for like a couple years, couple months, and then they grow out, and it's like, and no beef, no hate, but sometimes sometimes there's beef, sometimes there's hate, but for the most part it's like no beef, no hate, and then it's just like thanks for like the memories and the fun times, but going forward I don't know you.
This year definitely learned that for those kinds of friendships, when you do learn, like, okay, this was not necessarily temporarily, but I've learned what I've learned from this person. It's kind of hard to like accept that it has to be over. Yeah. But I think once I did learn how to accept it and kind of keep moving. Yeah. I just saw my life change.
Oh my God. Yeah. For me, it's like, I feel like with friendships, it's like when I drop people, I just have to like have, not to be like, I have to have the last word, but I have to like just say like my piece. And sometimes with some of the people like throughout the year that I'm no longer cool with, I just can't do that because of other situations. Yeah. Meaning we work together. You know who you are. But it's like, and I've talked about it with my coworkers, and it's like sometimes like since there's a professional relationship, like I can't say how I feel, and you just have to let it go. And it's like write a note, say how you feel, call them a cunt, and like burn it. But that's kind of that.
And it's still like you have to keep, like you said, that professionalism. Yeah. But it's even because I've had things like that too, work friends where it just kind of ended, but you know, it was good when it was good, and it was bad when it was bad. Yeah. But like, I just kind of learned, like, you know, you can't keep fighting for that friendship, especially when they're not willing to fight.
Okay, well, for me, it was a little different situation where I'm just like, the bitch was fake. So, like, you know, that's a story for another time. So it's like, create your boundaries and
definitely
literally
I think that
stick.
Was a big thing too. So boundaries. It's like with friendships, especially when you meet someone that you connect so well with, you kind of like loosen up on your own boundaries. It's like, it doesn't matter who the person is, you have to keep up your boundaries.
I also feel like with friends, like I've realized, you know, with the boundaries, keep them, but like sometimes people don't like to be called out on their shit. So I've just learned like, okay, they did something, just note it for next time and keep it moving, because when you try to talk to them, it just creates like an argument.
I feel so like just too, because I feel like every friendship is a different dynamic.
Yeah, I think it depends on the person.
I think it depends, because some friends I'm like, okay, I'm gonna nip this in the bud now so we can move forward and we'll be even better. But then there's some people it's like, okay, why do you feel that I can't open up to you? Because as when I'm friends with someone, if something is bothering me or you did something where I'm not necessarily happy, then I definitely want to be like, okay, I still want to be friends. Let's go ahead and solve this. Like, let's get down to it. Yeah. But that's where, I think like, as humans, is like you have to stick to your own, like what makes you comfortable, what makes you uncomfortable.
But I feel like as humans, we get kind of defensive, which I feel like that's normal, but it's like after it's past, I feel like we can come through it. Because like me and some of my friends, we've beefed, didn't talk for months, and then we like rekindle our friendship.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I think those are the friendships that like
last. Yeah. And then also I like realize like everyone's doing their own thing, and we're all like, even though we're both like around the same age or whatever it may be, like we're all in different places in our lives that I just realize like sometimes like things just don't line up and we just have different perspectives because we're in a different place.
I definitely
and that's fine too.
Because I have friends that like are married, friends that are single, that are starting relationships, that are still in school, and it's like at this time. And I feel like, too, it's good that we're kind of at the point where you're not following a specific timeline. Yeah. But it is harder to connect with some people.
Yeah, literally.
But I think when you do find that connection, it is, like, a valuable friendship. Yeah. And those are the ones that, like, they still continue to stay strong.
Yeah. But, and then I feel like the one other thing I've realized is despite how busy we are, we make time for the people we want to see. Yeah. And obviously, like, throughout the year, there were certain points where I prioritized certain friendships more than others. Yeah,
I can relate to that.
Because we didn't talk at all this year until, like, what?
Just like a few months ago.
Like maybe August? Or was it August or September? I think it was still warmer out when
It was warmer.
But I don't think it was like, I think it was after, it was probably August, because I remember telling you about the whole, the whole situation. I think
it was because it was like kind of, it was just a few months ago, but one thing I like too, it's like we can still come back and be like, hey girl, what's up?
Yeah.
Because there was never any like beef.
We've never had beef.
No, never.
So hopefully it stays like that. My one friend the one friend I haven't beefed with. I feel like I beef with all my friends, but that's just because we all have strong personalities. But my thing is like even with my best friend, like when we do beef, like we just kind of distance ourselves for a moment, and then when we talk, it's like nothing happened.
Like going back, I know I said it before, the boundaries. If you're beefing with a friend, but like they acknowledge and accept that your boundaries and like, hey, I need the space. That's how you're able to like continue to go forward and still be friends with them. But I think also with the boundaries, it's like new friends, right?
Yeah.
How do you like take those boundaries and you're like, okay, I'm gonna like, because sometimes I'm like, I'm not trusting anybody. That's person how I am. But sometimes I'm like, let me keep an open mind. Yeah. Right? And it's so hard to like find that how you interact with that person, what type of friend they are.
I feel that. I feel like one thing I've learned is like, okay, so when I first started my job, I was always like, I'm not going to be friends with people. I'm not gonna be friends.
I've had that
but then it's like as we just started talking to people, I was like, damn, they're cool, like maybe we should like I'll like them
like past
and then some situations like like there's some coworkers where I'm like, oh, like they're a good friend, I'm happy I have them in my life, and others, like I've said, like we're keeping it professional.
So it's like also because those friends that you have made, because I've gone into places where I'm like, I'm not making any friends, I'm here to get my money and leave.
Literally
I'm clocking in when I'm supposed to, clocking out
y'all don't know me. The minute I clock out, I don't know my name. Literally.
But then you get to the point where it's like, okay, yeah, maybe they're not that bad, and it's like you can trust them, and you're like, dang.
I think I wish I had
it. Yeah. But I think there still is a lesson that you have learned. For it's like,
I think what you need to do is kind of observe how they move first before getting too comfy and letting them
That's
in.
Been the best thing.
But like also, I think like I feel like you need to be consistent and just see how they are and how they treat people, because I feel like seeing others how they treat people like that they're not close with, that really gives insight on a person. Like the one girl, I should have never let her into my life and became friends with her, considering the fact that she was talking shit about all her other friends and complaining. So it's like that's a red flag. I should have like not known that.
If you're saying this about your friends, what are you saying about me?
Yeah, so it's like, and I just don't care, and I'm like, I'm a bitch, so I like to call people out. And it's like, so the fact that I couldn't call her out on her shit, just like low key, yeah. So it like tells me, but
you know what? Write the letter.
Write the letter. Yeah.
Burn it.
Yeah. That's what my other coworker told me. She's so professional, so like great. She was just like, as far as just write the letter, fucking burn it, and say your piece and move on.
Do you have a notes app where you like write down your like all
oh my god,
things?
I don't have a notes app, but I have a journal, and oh my god, if someone finds my journal, it's done for me, because
it's like Gossip Girl.
It literally like it'll ruin my life, because I talk shit in there to like about not everybody, but when I'm pissed off, I will literally be like, this person's a fucking like F them. And it's like, and I'm all about like spreading positivity, but when you piss me off, it's like, no, I'm a hater, I'm in my I'm in my negativity era, like no.
Okay, I'm trying to get past that.
Yeah, I don't
era.
Yeah,
I think definitely for like next year, what I've like learned from this, it's like, you know what? This is who they are. Yeah. They're not a good person. I'm not going to spend any more time trying to like make them be a better person. Because I'm not going to
give them my energy.
Yeah, I'm going to take the person as is. If they're not the type of person that is going to fit my life, and they're not going to they're not going to get my energy. Yeah. Because it's just pointless at that point.
No, and like I've realized like I have like my core friends and like my people that I like, where it's just like, yeah, friends fight and we're human, so I'm sure everyone does something to annoy the other person. So it's like I've just realized, you know what, I'm good with my friends that I have. I really don't need any more friends. So it's like, if we become friends, that's great. But
you're bringing that into 2023.
Kinda. I'm open to friendships, but I'm not going out looking for them myself, if that makes sense.
I can respect that. I think I'm also the same, where I'm very content, and even more past the point of content, where I am happy with my friends. They're not all perfect, like the relationships that we have, but like the people that I do consider my friends are valuable people that I want to continue to have in my life. Yeah. And it's just gone to the point where I have had those like ups and downs with some of them, but the things that I've learned from the ones that especially that I have lost, they are make me think about how I need to interact with the people that I have close to me now.
Yeah. Also, I've realized like I'm a Cancer, so I'm just emotional. I've realized like I sometimes need to stop. I don't cry, but it's like also I'm like a Capricorn, so I think that's where a lot of my anger comes from. 'Cause like the minute you like piss me off or do me dirty, I like see red. Like the minute I don't think you're loyal to me, it's like fuck you. And it's like sometimes I'm like maybe I need to calm down before I just go the fuck off on people and say stuff. And then that's like one thing that I've learned. And I feel like this kind of goes into like dating and relationships
for sure, right?
too. Like the whole boundaries and
the
like
boundaries, the lessons,
the communication. Because I feel like
communication. Yeah, I definitely think that for like relationships and stuff, every relationship, friendship, romantic, whatever, learn that lesson, right?
Yeah.
Take that lesson and do better next time. Because I feel like this year definitely have like looked to what I'm looking for in a partner because of like the experiences I've had.
Yeah.
And even just seeing my friends' relationships and how they interact and they move with their partner, especially like the communication.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't want that, but I want this.
Yeah.
This is like what I'm willing to put in. And I feel like for relationships, when I've like learned that lesson, it's like, okay, how can I ensure that when I'm looking for a partner, which I'm not doing right now.
Yeah, I'm not looking for anyone either.
Looking, but I definitely feel like I've learned some things for like when I am ready to. That like, you know, I've seen this is how it's gone, and I'm ready to like
I
go
also
into this direction.
Feel like when you're looking at other people's relationships, like from an outsider view, because you're not the one involved, it's like you don't have like the, oh my god, I really like him, so I'm not noticing his red flags or anything. Like you from an outsider in, like I feel like you notice the red flags or you notice like these habits, and it's like you notice how they like basically move, and it's like I just take note and I'm just like, oh yeah, like definitely don't want this, or this is definitely that you
like
should,
this is a good quality and this is a bad quality.
And it's like, or this is how you should go about bringing up a certain situation.
Definitely for a big thing that I learned this year too, and I feel like we've all known this, but like don't believe those social media relationships. Literally. Because they can be looking so beautiful on the outside, but like you don't know. I feel like every relationship has its problems, but like you don't know how big the problem is to any extent because you're not a part of that. Literally. So it's like the things that you can pick up from other people. It's like don't forget those lessons. Don't just brush them off.
Oh my god, this girl on Instagram, she got engaged, and I'm thinking like, oh my god, she's so happy and stuff, and then literally delete everything's gone, like they're not engaged, like, and it's like insane because you would think they were happy, but it's like they're not. So it's like I'm just like not like gonna look at social media. My thing is I'm gonna stop trying to like compare and like use social media as like a thing, because people only show the good parts. They never share the bad.
Even like when you're talking to your friends, like I feel like most people don't want to just share all the negativity of the relationships. So they can be like, actually, it was like this, and it's like, girl, what? Yeah. You didn't tell me all of that.
But I feel like as friends though, like if you're telling me the little bits that you do tell me, it's like we're already like, oh my god, we hate him. So it's like I kind of get it. But also I like one thing I've realized, like not just with friendships too, like it's sometimes nice to have like outsider perspective or like get them, like I tell my friends, like tell me if I'm being wrong or being crazy, like tell me if I'm a psycho bitch right now, because I am. But it's like just with friendships and relationships, I feel like sometimes you need to process that yourself and see how you feel, because sometimes I feel like you might not feel that bad, but then your friend could be the complete opposite and they play up, like they'll be like, no, I would never and then you get heated and you're just like, wait, I didn't really, that's not a big deal to me.
I've definitely had a situation this year where I'm like, okay, why, like, and I feel like the biggest thing too, like text is so hard to like
this is why I send voice messages or just be like, let's talk on the phone.
So it's like I've gotten a text where it's like, am I overreacting? And it's like actually kind of like wait a second, because the tone is such a big thing. So I feel like people need to communication
and also in text messages, like you can't tell how someone's sending it.
It's so hard for text messages, but also it's like
I'm the voice message queen. Voice text all the way, or phone calls.
See, that's why you only date people with iPhones. No
Literally no Androids.
No green.
But no, you can. Okay, you guys, if you have an Apple, I just realized this because one of my favorite coworkers has an Android. You know who you are. But I love her and I want to send her voice messages. So you guys, if you have an iPhone, go to the voice memos app. You record it and then you share it to text.
Okay, that's smart. I didn't know that. I'm gonna start.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like extra steps. But also, Apple updated their phones, and now like you have to do like this whole thing to send a voice message. So it's not as easy as it is. So
and then also, Androids can now like react to messages too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But back to the
back to the pod.
No, because I was about to start recording a video of myself and sending it because at this point we're not getting.
Oh my gosh! But no, I think like not just with like friendships and relationships, it's also about like taking time to yourself.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
like that, I think sometimes like you have to realize. Even though, I want to hang out with them, like, I'm tired. I need to do certain things, whether that's you're just, like, taking a nap or, like, you're like, I want to clean my room or I want to, like, make myself dinner. Like, whatever you want to do that you feel is self-care, I feel like you need to take those moments in time, like, from yourself, from friendships and relationships and do that. And I think it's a form of self-care. And I don't think you should ever feel bad for having to take time for yourself. Like,
don't overexert yourself, especially if you're like, whether it's a friend or a partner or something. Like, if you tell them like, hey, dude, I'm really tired.
Yeah.
Just don't have it in it for me today.
Yeah.
It's like if they have a reaction that's not supportive, especially if this is like something that you don't do. I kind of get it if you're like doing it every other day.
Yeah.
And kind of being a flake. But if it's like something where you're like, hey, I need time to myself and they don't respond or like react in a way that's necessarily like appropriate or like supporting, then what are you doing? Who is this mysterious person then?
Literally, like, no, because there's been situations where I've like sometimes like I haven't like done anything on the weekends, like I've just wanted to stay home and do things for myself, and that's fine. And it's like even then I'm just like exhausted because of like work and school and other things, where it's like I kind of don't want to do anything this upcoming weekend either. And it's like some people like might feel some type of way because they're just like, well, I don't get why you're so tired because you haven't been going out much. But I'm just like, I mean, that's
just like the mental part is so much more exhausting. I feel
literally
like
and it's like you don't even want to hang out with me when I'm not even in the mood to hang out, because I will literally just sit there really quiet and I'll probably be yawning every 5 minutes because of how like burnt out I am. So
because it's the mental thing. You can't just like, and I feel like people, especially this year, have been just like go, right?
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's been like kind of making up for the
I think it's been
years.
like hustle season.
It really has. I feel like it's going to continue to be.
Yeah.
Especially next year. But it's just you have to take that time to yourself. You have to learn to not go past your own limit. Like, handle what you can handle.
Yeah.
There's no shame in that.
And I think it's also as like a form of self-care. It's not even like it's about taking time to yourself, but it's also like do things that make you happy. And honestly, if me staying at home watching Netflix all day is going to make me happy, I'd rather do that and be satisfied than go out.
There's too many
and
times,
like
too many times this year where I felt like I was just on the verge of being burnt out. Like I wish I'd taken more time to like really recenter myself before I do it. I struggle with that so much still.
Oh my god, like for me, I like to have a routine, and it's like I feel like I'm very productive when I have like a set schedule and stuff, and it's like I know this is so boring, but like I like to have set days where it's like, okay, like Friday evenings and Saturdays are the days for my friends, Sundays for me to like I'll do something on Sunday if it's like we're going to a concert, if it's like someone's birthday or whatever, like I'll make an exception for special things, but it's like for the most part Sundays are like my day to do whatever. And it's like my Sunday routine like includes me washing my bed sheets and like cleaning my room, setting myself up for Monday like when I log into work, and like doing laundry, getting my groceries for the week, like things like that.
You know what I just noticed too? Back to like the lessons. This year is so full of lessons, right? I just have Tuesdays as my day to do that, right? I would just like go to the movies. It was like $5 movies on Tuesdays. I would just like get myself a little snack, and then I'd let someone disturb my day.
Yeah.
I let someone disturb my day. Yeah. That was the day that I really took to myself to like,
and it's like and I feel like you need to have time for yourself. Like I need like an Asfara day.
That like threw my whole now that I'm thinking about it, that really did throw it off, because I used to be so excited to just do nothing just for Tuesdays. It was like my free day, and every week I would just have that routine. Right? but the second I switched it up, at first it was like, oh, it's kind of fun, but then
Yeah.
I like took that for granted.
Yeah,
And
no,
also
but
I took myself for granted.
Yeah, and like for me, like obviously if I have plans like that Sunday, like I'll do my Sunday stuff like on Saturday. So I'm still like taking that time to myself. But it's like I think like you need to have a day to
Yeah,
yourself
I
like every
definitely
week.
agree.
And like not just every week, but like every day. Like I feel like one thing that I talked about with like one of my therapists in the past is she was telling me like you need to have something every day that you look forward to doing, whether that's like you going for a walk, you going to Pilates and yoga. Like for me, I look forward to my Pilates and yoga. That's like my thing to do. So that's like the one thing I look forward to every day. It could be like you watching a show at night or
Yeah.
you like, I don't know, it's just
like,
or
even,
cooking dinner,
little,
like yeah.
skincare,
Yeah.
like reading a book. It's just that
Yeah, like
routine, like you said, that time for yourself.
yeah.
And just having to experience like having that routine and
Mm-hmm.
then having that time and then not having it, I definitely can see where the transition of like how I said the seasons, right?
Yeah.
It changed. But it did, like, it was just so different.
Yeah.
After I made that transition where it was no longer
Yeah,
for
because
myself.
for me, like earlier in the year, because this year I started my master's, so that was like an adjustment, like the first couple of months, and then I think in March I had like a schedule that I liked, and then I think towards July, because of certain people, like I kind of fell off that schedule,
Yeah.
and I was just I was doing more stuff with friends versus doing things for myself, and I kind of started getting a little unhappy then, and then also like some of those relationships didn't work out, which
Yeah.
just added fuel to the fire of that. So like for me, it's like I've realized like no, like I should take time to do the things that I like, and like my thing is some people might be like, oh, you're spending so much money doing this, but like if that's
what
something,
makes you
yeah,
happy,
like
that
go
makes you
do it,
happy.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because I feel like, I had that little Tuesday or whatever, and then I started a new routine where I would go to the gym like all the time, and I felt so like mentally good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so clearing of
Literally.
my mind. Then I got time where it was just, like life happens and
Yeah.
excuses happen and stuff like that, where I wasn't as, consistent.
I think working out is
And
so positive.
that-
It's the
definitely
endorphins.
Yeah, it is.
Because when I
Science is right.
Science,
They ate on that one.
they ate no
They ate
crumbs
because
left.
The gym, oh yeah.
Yeah, no, because when I was doing Pilates and yoga every day, I was like the happiest
Yeah.
I've ever been.
I need to get back on that routine.
literally, because it's like when I stopped doing that, like I noticed like my mental health was going down. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like when I was doing it maybe a couple times a week, yeah, it was fine. But and it's like I would kind of dread going, but after I would go, I'd be like, oh my God, I feel so much better. But it's just like
It's hard to find that balance.
Yeah.
Especially with you starting school and working full time and stuff like that. Like, it is hard to find a balance. And even like just balancing friendships with family, relationships. I just know too many people who've gotten to relationships, they can't balance out friendships.
Yeah.
Because they're just so focused on everything. But it's really important to keep that balance of your life,
Yeah.
so you won't
and
get
you make
lost.
and you make time for the people that you want, and
Yeah.
it's like, and obviously like when you get into a relationship, like majority of your free time is going to go to like that significant other, but I think it's like important to make time for your friends. But
Definitely.
it's like also I feel like you don't need to see your friends like every single week.
I
like,
definitely agree. You don't need to see them every week,
yeah.
but I don't think it's bad.
But
to,
also
like,
you don't want to
check up on them.
Yeah, like I mean,
I don't want to go 5 months without hearing from
like
you.
I don't want to like like I'm not gonna go like 5 months without seeing you, but also like I like we can text
But I
every
think that's
day
the
or
thing
like every other
where,
day.
People have different stages of their life, and
Yeah.
it's so hard. And I know that definitely like this year and even last year, where I learned like I just need to get out of that where I would see them all the time once they got, and then stop when they got in a relationship. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm still happy for them, but it's like, you do feel a little bit hurt.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's like,
Also, I
gotta
noticed
learn from
I
that.
noticed I cling to people where I go through phases and I'll hang out with that one person like every single weekend for a couple of
Yeah.
months, and then I hang out with my other friend, and it's like I'm just like, no, I need to like mellow out on that and just like give my time equally
Yeah.
to all my friends versus like
it's hard though.
yeah.
But definitely like want to work towards, I know for me a goal of like I want to redefine the relationship I have next year and really put the effort into each of them equally.
Yeah.
Because I do feel bad when I look back, I'm like, dang, I haven't seen them for a while.
Because like, because like
I do feel bad.
Because I notice like with some of my friends, like I'll see them all the time, like every week, and then my other friends, when we do see each other, they're like, oh, I haven't seen you in like months. Like we really need to hang out, and it's like. That sucks. Like we should really like make an effort to be for everybody equally.
I definitely think it's like a two-way street though, you know?
Yeah.
Don't be blaming me now.
Because it's like
works both ways.
Yeah, literally.
But also it's like I need to not be so in my head about that where it's okay if I take the initiative to ask them.
Yeah.
You know? That is one thing too. I can't just say, the phone works both ways.
Yeah. It does. Yeah. But I mean, if you really...
if the phone is nonstop ringing.
My thing is like, you should make the effort, but I feel like if the effort's not being reciprocated, just fall back because it does work both ways.
And it's the point too where I realized like, you know what? If they don't want to hang out with me anymore, that's their choice. I'm going to respect their choice. Yeah. Even if I don't know why. Yeah. I don't need to know the reason. Maybe it's something that they just
and people have like things going on that we don't even know about, and it's like sometimes like I just will be going through it mentally, and it's like I don't have the energy to hang out with anybody, and it's nothing against them or just whatever. It's just I really don't have the energy to hang out with anyone. Like this past like couple weeks when I've been off, like I've really just been wanting to spend time with myself and just doing things that I want to do.
It's important to always just like have that day, have that routine to always like recenter yourself.
I think also, I guess like this kind of goes into like balancing like just life with everything, because it's also like just because I feel like in America we have this culture of like go go go, and we're always just like people here, like there was a saying where people in America live to work, but we should be working to live.
I've seen that. I definitely agree, especially because you hear about these other countries, especially in Europe. I feel like there's more of that that freedom.
And then like also like I guess like there's, I don't know if it's Europe or whatever, but I know some companies here, they do like 4-day work weeks and stuff. Like in Europe, like I don't even think they work 40 hours a week.
I saw this TikTok where this guy moved to, I think it was like Spain or something, but basically he worked like 8 hours a day, right? But he worked it when he like throughout the day. It wasn't 8 hours back to back to back. It was like he's like, I went home and took a nap.
Yeah.
What do you mean you took a nap?
Literally.
You don't have a meeting at this time? Yeah. But like he still went back, did his work, and it's like the more that you focus on like, yourself and stuff.
Yeah,
the
because
more productive you'll be.
Literally. And I'm just like, I'm an advocate for work-life balance, because it's like when you're happy and you are fulfilled, like your work's going to improve. You're going to be excited to log on and interact and do your work. Otherwise, when I'm tired and I don't want to work, you're getting like half-ass shit from me. Like, I'm sorry.
Like, mentally, I'm not.
If you're my manager listening, if you're my manager listening, that is totally not the case. But seriously, no. Like, I think, being overworked is not fun. And it's like sometimes like you need to take that mental health day and take time to yourself.
And that and also you don't want to get to the point where you need that mental health day to reset, because you want to keep up that routine.
And then like one thing I've realized is like I've always felt like I need to take PTO, and when I take PTO I need to be doing something, like I need to like go out, hang out, or go do something. But I've realized like, no, I'm gonna take a day off just to like rest. Literally, like I'm gonna take a day off just so I can sleep in and just like wake up and just go to yoga in the mornings, like at 10 a.m. and just do what I want to do and just like relax. But I don't know. I guess
a lot of things learned.
Yeah, I know. I guess one of the other things, you traveled a lot this year. I did. I didn't.
Yes, I was Mrs. Worldwide, Mrs. 305. I definitely was like, getting them stamps filled up in my passport.
She needed to get a second passport. I'm just kidding.
I wish. No, I just got that passport last year, and I haven't even filled up a page, right? Because the page you can get like 8 stamps, on a 2-page spread. But definitely was traveling, and I think like looking back, traveling, there's things I would do differently. There's things that I would have not done any differently. I just think that for the places that I did go, like just seeing how they live their life so different. And I feel like, It is different, but it is
You
different.
came from
It's
France looking like a Parisian queen.
Okay, France was crazy, right? So like just being there, maybe it's because, well, it wasn't even around the holidays for them because I went for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But I just feel like they have the way they take their time and just like enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
It's so refreshing to have seen that. Where, like you said, we're very like go, go, go. But now we're just, seeing that I do want to enjoy in the moment. And I mean, it's so hard still like doing that, right? It's so hard to just be like, I'm gonna take my time.
Yeah, because like sometimes like I'll be doing something and it's like something fun that I want to do, and I've noticed I'll be thinking about, okay, what am I gonna do after? And it's like, no, just like embrace like what you're doing now.
Yeah,
like,
I even said this earlier. I think like I need to stop stacking up my days, right? Like planning multiple things.
No, that's what I do.
Because I've had so many times this year where like it just keeps like it's like go, go, go. Like I really wish I just one thing a day, right? Yeah. If it's my day off, you know what? I can do this another day.
See, I do that sometimes, like where I'll be like, okay, on a Saturday, like this is my one day to hang out with people, or I'll do like things back to back in a weekend, and it exhausts me.
It is
and
exhausting.
It's like I'm just like I can't do that because like a couple weeks ago I was like, oh, I'm gonna get friend with my brunch because he's moving to Canada.
Friend with my brunch
or brunch with See, this is what I mean. But like I'm getting brunch with my friend because he's moving, and then my other friend, she's about to go on vacation. So it's like I literally stacked hanging out with them, and by the end of it I'm just like so exhausted, ready to go to bed.
Mentally. Like not even just the physical, it's the mental. It's like
I
just need to
I can only give my social energy to one person at a time. Like I can't
because especially too like I like being in that time when I hang out with a friend. Like I want to hang out my time. I don't want to be on a time. Like, I don't want to have to leave when I'm having a good time because I already made plans. So it's like definitely one thing I saw that a lot, especially in France. Right, they would take like 3-hour lunch breaks.
Literally, I wish.
I think the one thing I learned too when I was out there, like that was it still kind of throws me off, but then I kind of get it where, from a certain time, like lunchtime, they would be closed, right? All the food restaurants would be closed. I think this maybe like some shops for clothing and stuff, but there was nothing to do. And it's like, I just felt like I had to do something, but it's like, no, I can just take the time to just relax. Yeah. And I was like, dang, ain't nobody work, but it's not that. It's that they have families, they have lives. They be taking those naps.
Those naps are important.
Yeah,
like
they are important. I need a nap more.
Yeah, napping is the way to go.
Yeah, but let me see how my world travels. What else I learned? I mean, one thing, you gotta go like, and I feel like this is for everything. You have to go in with the right mindset, right? You don't want to go and be like, oh, this is gonna be terrible. I don't want to do this, blah blah blah. But it's like, no, go.
I feel like when you also travel, like sometimes it's nice to have a day that's not fully planned, and you just
that was
like
a lot
just
of like my France
embrace it.
France and Jamaica too. Yeah, those were very like relaxing ones. But one thing I do like, because I'm such a Capricorn, I love to plan things, especially for vacation. But when I went on like trips with like some of my family and they had planned it, I was like, dang, I can sit back and relax. Like, I need to be a little bit more chill on what
you need to let go.
Yeah, let someone else take the reins.
Yeah,
not too much of the reins,
but yeah,
that was definitely like very refreshing that I didn't have.
But also, I feel like sometimes when you go travel, like you do all the touristy stuff, but it's like sometimes nice to do like the local thing. So it's like I feel like you need to just take time to like
I definitely
do the nothing.
I feel like in France. Definitely did not do any touristy things. We didn't go to like the Eiffel Tower. Okay. We didn't go to the museum, anything like that, which it is cool. Like I wish I did see it because I've never seen it before, but it made me like appreciate other parts of where I was at.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good thing too. It's like you have to appreciate like where you are in the moment. You can't just be looking forward like, okay, what's this tomorrow? What's this? It's like, no, just take the time to just like sit there, enjoy the company you're with, enjoy what you're currently doing. I think that was a big thing in that I learned too.
I feel that. I want to travel more next year, 2023. We need to travel and record a pod.
I was going to say that. The traveling pod.
Literally.
It'll be like a segment.
Oh my
season
God,
will be like one. We'll go on a trip every season, do a podcast, and you'll hear like the different things in the background.
Literally. Oh my gosh. What else?
Well, this year, like, you know, it's all lessons, but I feel like for next year going forward, it'll be really good for like what's next.
I think
right?
this year it also taught me more of like what I want out of life.
Yeah.
Like this year, like I'm like focused on my master's, and I'm so grateful I'm doing it, even though it's very exhausting. But it's like doing that and kind of just with my career, it's made me like reflect and realize like where I want to be in life, and just like what I need to do and how I'm feeling. And you know, maybe sometimes certain things aren't as important as you thought it was before.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I agree, because it's just like especially in the moment when you're so caught up in things, where it's like you don't really feel the need to take that step back.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, just take a minute, recenter yourself, think about what you want, and then move forward.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that for next year, it's going to be a lot more intentional thoughts.
Yeah.
I want to move with
like strategy. Yeah. Like I want to, that's how I feel like next year. Like I've realized a lot with my friendships and setting boundaries and just with the people that I want around in my life, and just how to use my time to benefit me the most. And I think with that, it's just made me realize like who I want to be around, what I want to do, and just setting me up for like, it's changed my perspective on things too. And it's like, it's made me realize like, you know, like maybe this isn't what I wanted that I originally thought. Maybe I want to work towards different goals, or I need new experiences. So
I think the best way to find that out though is just like, you know,
living life
and being with like date yourself.
Yeah, literally.
What
date
do you
yourself.
Want?
Yeah.
Not what I want with this person. You know, to be remarried, that's already a point.
Yeah.
But it's like for our situation, I feel like the best thing is like,
and
what do I want? What's Genesis want? What's this far one? Not as what. Oh, what does that random person want?
What do they want in the back corner? Like him over there. But no, like I think also for me, it's like I would just compare my life to others too, which, and like comparison is the thief of joy. And I've had to learn to not be so like, you know, not to like compare my life to others, because we all are in different places, and it's just like, you know, we need to appreciate the now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like everything in our lives happened for a reason, and we're in that part, like in that time frame, because we need to go through certain experiences to learn and grow. And it's like, you know, like I think the universe does a great job of aligning what you need in your life at that moment and giving it to you, because, you know, like for me, like there's a lot that I want to do. Like I didn't get to travel. I want to move out, but maybe now's not the time for me to do it. And there's like a reason, and maybe I'm really not ready, but when I am, like the universe will give that to me.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Definitely is like what I took from this year is a lot that I'm going to like take into next year.
Yeah.
Like this year was, I feel like, a trial, right?
Yeah, like I think this year I've matured like a lot.
I think so too. I feel like maybe, I don't think I was super immature, but I definitely think I was matured more.
I don't think I was immature before, but I think it's made me, you know, think about, like I would always think about, okay, what am I going to do this year or like within the next year? But now it's like I want to think long term, not just like what I'm going to do in the next 2 years, but what's my life going to look like in the next 5 years.
I'm on that 10-year plan now.
Literally, like fuck the 1 year plan. Like we're on the 5-year, 10-year plan.
I gotta definitely look at the future. I think that this year was definitely in the moment, right?
Yeah.
Spend that money.
Yeah, like
make those experiences. But this year, I'm ready for.
I think all the money I've saved, I did last year when it was still kind of COVID times. But this year, it was a year for spending. It was like treat yourself.
Credit card debt.
It was a treat yourself year.
Definitely.
But I think I'm excited for this new year. I think it's gonna be good, and I think I have like
I think this is like the most excited I've been for like another year.
I think so too, because I'm just like, okay, like this year, I mean, I feel like this year it's gonna be pretty similar because I still have like a year left.
But I think like mentally it's like I'm gonna go into it with a different mindset.
Yeah.
And then also I feel like we're getting to that age where it's like, you know, people always say like, oh, you're still in your mid-20s, you still have time to figure out blah blah blah. But it's like, no,
I'm like closer to my 30s. I'm gonna be 26. I'm like closer to
still mid-20s.
Still.
But it's like now we're at the point where like, you know, it's okay to
Yeah.
not know everything, but at least you have an idea of what you're doing.
Yeah, and also like I think for this year, like I had a lot of adjusting to do and getting used to certain things. Like for example, this pod, and I think now we like know what we're doing. Kind
This
of
has made me really excited for next year. Like
I think so too, because like before this pod, like I was just like, oh wow, 2023 is basically going to be the same. Like I have
for
a whole
real.
nother year of school left. Like I'm just going to be doing work in school. Like I'm maybe
It's-
like
I feel like for me at least, it's like a new thing, and it's like what effort I want to put into it.
Yeah.
And then with that effort, it's like, what am I gonna talk about? Like just my boring job? It's like, no, I want to
Yeah.
talk about different things. So it's like I want to live more. I want to do more.
I know.
I want to grow more. As a person.
Yeah. I think next year is going to be more for like growing and just like
Yeah.
living life.
I think so too.
And
Be
it's
on
gonna
that
be
track.
it's gonna be new beginnings.
Yes. Well, Asfara, I think this is another great episode.
Yes, same. Oh my gosh. One take pod.
All right, thank you, Matcha
My
Babes.
babes.